In September 1960, India and Pakistan, under the mediation of the World Bank, signed the Indus Waters Treaty. The agreement allocated the waters of the Indus River system between the two nations. Pakistan received control over the western rivers Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, while India retained rights to the eastern rivers Ravi, Beas and Satluj. On paper, the treaty promised balance, but the rivers told a different story. The western rivers, following through Pakistan, carry nearly 80% of the basin's waters. India's eastern rivers, though vital, are far less generous. This inherent imbalance has long fueled debate that the treaty favors Pakistan disproportionately.
As per Indus Water Treaty, Pakistan got the share of River Chenab, River Jhelum and River Indus, while India got the access to the western rivers. But most of the flow that comes from Jammu and Kashmir goes to the Pakistan as per Indus Water Treaty. And this is what the Jammu and Kashmir has always been objecting to. Jammu and Kashmir has given several memorandums for the renegotiation of the Indus Water Treaty, as J&K has always said that it is their resources and they are not getting the due compensation or due share. And even after the treaty being kept in abeyance, Jammu and Kashmir has said that it needs to be compensated and there needs to be renegotiation on the terms that the Pakistan is getting.
Among the vital components in this system is the Vular Lake, the largest freshwater lake in Asia, located on the Jhelum River. For decades, the Tulbul Barrage project at Vular Lake has been stalled, a source of contention between the two nations. Designed to regulate water flow and improve navigation, this barrage remains a symbol of unfulfilled potential, caught in the web of treaty disputes.
I'm standing on the banks of Vular Lake in the Kashmir Valley, and this is one of the Asia's largest freshwater lake. And this is a critical piece at the moment because of the escalating water dispute between India and Pakistan. On April 24th, Government of India decided holding Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. It is because blaming for counter-terrorism and also after Pahalgam attack that killed 26 people. Pakistan calls it a death sentence for its people, sustaining fishing community and agriculture. Vular Lake is a lifeline, but it's also tied to the Tulbul navigation project, a barrage upstream that India now plans to revive. This lake could store water from the Jhelum River, water that Pakistan is in need for this water.
Further downstream, India's Baglihar Dam on the Chenab River stands as a testament to the treaty's complexities. While constructed within the treaty's framework, it became the center of prolonged arbitration as Pakistan raised objections.
The construction of Baglihar Dam began in year 1998, and it was in 2008 when first phase of Baglihar became operational, and in 2015 the second phase of Baglihar Dam became operational, and both the phases have the equal capacity of 450 megawatt that helps in the production of electricity. The height of this dam is 144.5 meters and it has the capacity of 450 million cubic meter of the water storage, and the runoff water that flows down to Pakistan is close to 27 million acre feet. Pakistan has always been objecting to the changes that India proposes to the Baglihar Dam. India has time and again made it very clear to the Pakistan that the changes India is proposing is only for the dam's infrastructural security and it is not to harm the interest of Pakistan. But Pakistan has always been like this, that they objected to it, terming it as a threat to their water security levels, that water goes to Pakistan will be stopped by India. Though in 2005, there was an international arbitration team visiting Jammu and Kashmir and giving India a go-ahead. Pakistan continues to rake up this issue at multiple platforms.
Despite enduring multiple conflicts, including the wars of 1965, 1971 and 1999, the treaty remained intact. India's commitment to upholding the agreement, even amid hostilities, showcased a dedication to peace and regional stability. But the world has changed. The spectre of cross-border terrorism now shadows the treaty. Climate change tightens its grip, melting glaciers. Erratic monsoons and shifting demographics alter the water demands of millions. In the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack, the fragile fabric of the Indus Waters Treaty was severely tested. New Delhi suspended the agreement with Islamabad, leaving a devastating impact of the country's economic framework.
इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी जो दोनों ममालिक के दरमियान जो एक एग्रीमेंट हुआ था, फिर मार्शल अयूब खान और पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ऑन सम सर्टेन कंडीशंस, उसमें जम्मू कश्मीर को उसको उसके हवाले से कंपनसेट किया जाना था, वो तो हुआ नहीं। आज सूरत हाल ये बन गई है कि हमारे दरिया, हमारे पहाड़, हमारे जंगलात, हमारा पानी हमारी मलकियत में नहीं है। अगर इसका नुकसान देखा जाए तो सबसे ज़्यादा जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को इसका नुकसान है।
Pakistan is feeling the jitters.
अगर ये पानी का क्राइसिस नहीं अभी सॉल्व करेंगे तो हम भूखे मर सकते हैं। उसकी वजह ये है कि इंडस बेसिन जो है वो ही हमारा लाइफलाइन है। 3/4 जो पानी हमारा आता है सर टोटल बाहर से आता है। हमारी 9 में से 10 में से 9 लोग जो है ये इंडस वाटर बेसिन के ऊपर ही रिलाय करके अपनी जिंदगी बसर कर रहे हैं।
For India, this turbulent period has opened a window to fast-track vital infrastructure, most notably the long-stalled Tulbul barrage and optimization of reservoirs like Baglihar.
India's decision to suspend the treaty means project like this, the Tulbul barrage, could reduce flow, starting right here where from we are reporting at Wular Lake. Pakistan citizens see the treaty's suspension as an existential threat. Here at Wular Lake, the water flows calmly for now, but downstream, it is the life that is under siege.
Experts contend that the Tulbul project must be prioritized and be restored to what it was in 1960 at the earliest.
One of the biggest things which had been pending is the Tulbul navigation project. It started in 84 and 84 will be 41 years ago. So at that time they objected and it was stalled in 87. After that we tried to construct it and do the things, but somehow we have not been able to.
Looking further ahead to the next decade, India's ambitions are even bolder. A comprehensive national strategy for inter-basin water transfers may reshape the subcontinent's water map. Bringing lifelines to parched lands and stabilizing agricultural economies.
If the government thinks that it is doable, and that is why it had started the Tulbul navigation project in 1984. The first thing to do is dredge the Wular and restore it to the size as it was on September 19, 1960, because that was the day the treaty was signed. So restoring Wular to the size as it existed on September 19, 1960 does not constitute any violation of the treaty.
The expert views are reflected on ground too. Listen in to this local near the Baglihar Dam site.
एक मिशन चल रहा है जल जीवन मिशन, उसमें हमें कई तरह की परेशानियों का सामना करना पड़ा, हमें मोटर लगाने पड़ रहे हैं, हमें पता नहीं क्या क्या मैकेनिकल का वो सिस्टम यूज करना पड़ रहा है। अगर इससे बेहतर है कि हमारे पास पानी है, हमारे बगलिहार का इतना बड़ा पानी, बगलिहार के छोड़कर जो इंडस वाटर जो था, ये पानी जो पाकिस्तान जा रहा है, इस पाकिस्तान के पानी को अगर हम जैसे प्रोजेक्ट्स है, प्रोजेक्ट्स के बाद अगर जो पानी आगे जा रहा है, इसको क्यों नहीं हम अपने एरियो में यूज करें, खेती बाड़ी में यूज करें, क्यों हम इसको आगे जाने दें।
India could also craft a water doctrine, silent but powerful, deterrent, leveraging hydropower projects and water infrastructure as strategic assets. The Indus is more than a river. It is the lifeblood of millions, a symbol of history, identity, and survival.